Hey guys, it's Frankie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the very first episode of TikTok Made Me Do It is going to be a new series that I'm starting on my channel this year. I spend a lot of my time on TikTok, as I'm sure that a lot of others do. I'm on there quite a bit and I always see stuff that I want to try, but I never actually go and do it. So I decided I'm going to start trying out all those fun ideas that I see on there. In this episode, I'm going to be doing 3 different TikTok DIYs that I have seen. The Bendy candles, the infamous Bendy candles that have been all over TikTok. I did the painting on glass DIY. I've been seeing a lot of people doing this. I thought it would be fun to do. And I also do try the hand knitted blankets. I just finished doing the Bendy candle DIY. This is the TikTok that I am referencing. It's how to make Bendy candles. I'll put this person's @ on the screen. Here we go. How to make Bendy candles. Get some candles, fill sink with hot water, soak for 10 to 15 minutes, rotate them every 3 to 4 minutes. I did it way more often than that. Make sure the water stays hot, yes. And then bend them. She's bending hers fast. I bent mine really slowly. Let them sit for 5 minutes. Rub off extra wax. Enjoy. Here is how making my Bendy candles went. Okay, we're at my parents' house because we're going to do the Bendy candle, the famous TikTok DIY. I got a whole bunch of I got a whole bunch of candles. I have a ton more in this bag. The water doesn't get that hot in my apartment, so that's why we're doing it here. I guess I could have boiled water, but I'm super excited to make these because they actually look super nice. And Urban Outfitters charges like $25 for these candles when you can literally buy them for $1 and bend them yourself. So hopefully this works out. I don't know. I've seen some very bad failed attempts, so it could go either way. I guess let's try it out and see what happens. Say hi to the video. Someone wants to say hello. Cute little girl.
Are you gonna do a comparison dollar store versus?
I could. These colored ones are from Hobby Lobby, and then I got these 2 for $1 from the dollar store, but they're also like thinner and not as cute. So I'm hoping these ones do good, but we'll see. Look at this one. This one's so pretty. Okay. First candle in. Look at them. They're so pretty. And then I'm gonna just throw the dollar store ones in there too. Update. The candles are like melting and they're sticking together. I think I did this a little too hot. I just literally put it on the highest that my sink would go. And I can't even put my hand in here to separate them, so I'm trying to do it with this spoon. And it's not going good. I was checking to see if it was bendy yet, and this is one of the dollar store like 2-pack ones, so I didn't really care about it. And it was bendy, but I did break it, so it snapped a little bit. I tried to do it under the water. Yes, I have to put gloves on, but it's kind of working. I'm afraid to do the other ones because I don't want to crack them, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait longer for the thicker part to melt more because it's still kind of hard. They look like hot dogs, like boiled hot dogs. It's kind of gross, but I think they're starting to get there. I just don't know how to like tell when they're ready to be bent, you know? I have gloves on because the wax is just like disintegrating, so it's kind of gross, but I'm gonna try to bend this dollar store one again in case it cracks. They're starting to get like more bendy though, I think. Like this one's curved. I don't know what shape to do. See, like these ones are bending easy. It's the thick part that's scary. I think it helps to bend it in the water too. Like that's what I was seeing from other people. I don't know if that's factual, but I think I just did the other one maybe too fast. Yay! Cool. This one looks cute. Okay, wait, is it gonna sit though? Oh, it's kind of like falling. I almost need to hold it like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of pointless though, because like when you burn it, it only burns like it's literally just an aesthetics like sitting there thing, but I think I'm gonna try making one like this pink one and the black one, oops, that can sit up like that, like the spiral on the bottom. That might be kind of hard, but I think it'll look cute. We already did the blue one, so the style of the blue one. getting there. It looks ugly, I'll clean it up, but it looks cool. I can't believe it's actually working. I didn't think it would work. Yay! Oh no, it's fine. So some tips that I have from this experience were don't do it directly in your sink. As you could see, there was just wax everywhere. I had to wear gloves. It got on everything. So definitely do it in a bucket like I did. You do not want that clogging up your drain. You don't want it on the walls of your sink. Definitely do not do it directly in your sink. I recommend doing it in a bucket or like a large container like I did. Secondly, bend them in the water and bend them super slowly. That is how I was ending up cracking. I cracked a few of the cheaper candles. It could have been just because they were from the dollar store and they weren't as good of quality as the other ones that I bought, but I recommend bending them under the water and bending them super slowly. And yeah, I mean, this DIY was actually like super fun and easy. It turned out so cute. I definitely recommend doing it. I would give this DIY an 8 out of 10. It was messy, the water was very hot, it was very fun to do, and the end product was really cute, but yeah, it was pretty messy and you could mess it up if you crack the candles. So yeah, my rating's 8 out of 10. I like it. This is the next DIY that I'm following. It's from this person, and I'll put the TikTok on the screen right here. Glass frame from the Dollar Tree. Sharpie. Draw what you want. Boom. Yeah, you just get a really, really good picture. It looks super clean. Okay, I got the paint all on there. It looks really disgusting and chunky, but just wait till I flip it over. Ah, it looks so cute. Oh my god. For $1, like, okay. I mean, it's not perfect. I didn't do the best at some parts, but I think she's pretty cute. I don't know where to put it, but I kind of want to try this with some other stuff because I actually really like how this turned out. I think it's super cute. It was actually a pretty fun DIY. It actually took quite longer than I thought because you had to do a lot of layers and like let the paint dry and just keep layering the paint so it wasn't see-through. But it actually turned out so good, and I was super happy with how this turned out, and I definitely recommend trying this DIY. like how this DIY turned out. It took a lot longer than I thought. They were all fun, but I did really like this one, and I'll probably, out of the 3 that I did, this will be the one that I'll probably be doing again. It was super cheap, it was super easy, and you get a cool piece of very personalized art out of it. Things I learned while doing this DIY are that you have to layer the paint on thick because it's obviously you're painting on glass, and when you pick it up, the light is going to shine through it and it's see-through, so layer your paint on thick. You can use cheap paint to do this because you're going to use a lot of paint. Secondly, you have to paint your highlights first, then your shadows, and then like the middle tones of the painting. So definitely like plan that out before. Don't make it too detailed because you're going to get really frustrated unless you have the time to do that. I don't. But yeah, highlights, shadows, middle tones. And then lastly, make sure that your Sharpie is dry before you paint on it. It messed up like a few spots of my painting, and that was kind of a bummer because I spent so much time making it. So let your Sharpie dry. Don't get too excited to put the paint on. I promise you it'll be worth it to let it dry. But yeah, I really like the end product of it. It's super cute. Mine obviously wasn't like a person. It was like just like some mushroom thing that I made up, but I would 10 out of 10 recommend this DIY. I thought it was so fun, and it was super cheap and easy to do. Hold on, before we get into the next DIY, I have to talk to you guys about something. That is a little something I call Skillshare. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community for curious and creative people like myself, and I'm sure like all of you watching this. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of classes on there. Their classes are really cool because most of the classes, I think all the classes, have a project that goes along with them, so you get the experience of the class and the knowledge. You also have an opportunity to apply the knowledge that you're getting from the classes. And what I really like about them is that these are classes made by real people on actual like interesting topics. Everything on there is so creative and just so fun. Classes pop up for me that I just like didn't even know I needed, and I take them all the time. But Skillshare is curated specifically for learning. There's no ads popping up in your face disrupting your learning. It's just a chill, fun learning environment. Right now I'm in the middle of taking a class called Growing Your Creative Business Through Instagram. It's by Kat Quillet. I cannot say her name, but she is so cool, and she has a ton of classes on here. I'm about to take all of them. I love this class because it's actually like applicable to my life and my life situations. There's so many things on there that are actually usable in the real world. And there's also like fun stuff like illustration, film, like fun artsy relaxing classes too as well. I just really like it. I like being part of the community on there. Skillshare just added a new feature, which is live classes. If this is something interesting to you, you can get all this for less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. So if you'd like to try this out, the first 1,000 people to go to the link in my description can get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. There's no commitment. You can just test her out. I'm sure you guys will love it as much as I do. So I will leave the link right down there. And thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into the TikTok DIYs. The last DIY that I did was this big, beautiful, chunky blanket. This is the TikTok that I followed.
Testing viral DIYs that we don't have to, part 3. Today I'm making one of those chunky knit blankets that you see all over Pinterest. To start, we're going to start by making a slip knot. So you're going to take your pieces, cross them over, and then pull the longer strand through. And then to make a chain, you're going to continue pulling the longer strand through, trying to keep your chains as even as possible. Then once you get to the end, you're going to take your last loop and turn it up, and then going through the next chain over, you're going to pull through the longer strand to make these little like bunny ears, and make sure you're keeping them about the same size. And then once you get to the end loop, you're just going to pull through that loop twice before beginning your next row, and then you're just going to repeat this process like a million times until you end up getting your blanket. I ended up having 2 different colors, so I weaved that in to make like a nice little pattern. And then once you get to the end, you're going to take 2 loops and pull the longer strand through to make another loop, and then take that loop, connect it to the next one over, and keep pulling through. If you're doing it right, you should start to see the chain start forming. Then just tuck in the little tail at the end, and you're all done.
Okay, and this is how making the blanket went. Sorry, I look so rough right now, like, I apologize. It is time for me to start the second TikTok DIY for this video, which is a chunky knit blanket. I really want to make one of these. I think it would be fun. I know this is kind of like knitting, but with your hands. This isn't like typical knitting, but same concept. We've got this big old bag of yarn. Woo! Okay, that didn't go as planned. This is the yarn I'm using. It's a little bit cheaper than the chunky stuff from Michael's. I got this at Hobby Lobby and it was $6.99 a ball, so this came out to be like 50 bucks. So yeah, this is a little bit of a pricey DIY. Look at Chris Clemens in the background. I probably should have turned that off. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of a pricey DIY, so hopefully I don't mess this up, but I think it'll be super cute once it's done, and I'm just gonna follow the TikTok and see how this turns out. So I guess let's get started. That video tutorial was really good. I'm not even gonna explain how I did it because you guys just saw the TikTok. If you wanna know how to do it, you can replay it. But so I really did enjoy making this blanket. It was a lot of fun. In total, probably spent around 4 hours-ish making that blanket, and it's a huge blanket. Like if you ever like normal crocheted or knit before, it is not that fast. Like that blanket went by very quickly, and it is so soft. I love the yarn I used. I used Yarn Bee Bliss yarn. It was $6.99 a roll, and I got it from Hobby Lobby, and I used about 11 rolls for this blanket, so it was a very expensive blanket. Definitely go when they have sales on yarn. I used coupons for my yarn, but like it didn't make it very much cheaper. It was over $100 to make this blanket. It was super expensive. It was very fun. I'd love to make another one, but because of the price of the blanket, I don't think I'll even be making another one. I don't have just like an extra $100 to have fun making a blanket, you know? So I would rate this a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love my blanket. I love the experience of it, but the price is just what gets me. It's painful. I wish I could do more of these, but it's just a little too expensive for me. So yeah, unfortunately, I probably won't be making another one, but I love the one that I have, so I think I'm good with it anyways. But if you have the money, I definitely do recommend it. I think also because I tied my knots a lot smaller, I had to use a lot more yarn. So if you want like a looser knit, I think it will make a bigger blanket. If anyone knows about that, please comment down below. Like if I tied bigger knots, would I have used less yarn? But I like the blanket. It was definitely a lot of fun. So that is definitely now the most expensive blanket I own. But that is it. That is the third and final TikTok DIY that I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to make it into a series. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I always see stuff on TikTok that I want to try out, and I just like it and just leave it in my likes. I never do anything with it. So here is me trying weird things I see on the internet. If you guys want me to try anything, feel free to @ me. My @ is just @FrankieShirey on TikTok, or like DM me TikToks on Instagram that you guys want me to try, because I'm always looking for new ideas. I definitely will try some more. I'm planning on doing a lot more of these videos in the future, so yeah, just let me know if there's any specific viral DIYs that you guys are seeing that you want me to try. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of this new series, and if you guys did like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe down below. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
We met on a summer day in June. Said you were headed on your way to Malibu. You've never been, but you always wanted to. You moved out from the